case for the presence of a second sun, that is, a binary sun, strengthened by computer simulations. Astronomers from Quebec, Gilles Couture, conducted a study using computer simulations. Because of this, he was able to prove that early in the solar system, stars were that was a duet. One of them, though, left the galaxy, our galaxy, and flew into the space provided, leaving the sun in splendid isolation. So according to the study conducted by this astronomer, the weight of the mysterious star was 2 to 3 times less than that of our sun, and the speed of its movement ranged from 25 to 100 kilometers per second. The astronomer did not say when the second star was in the solar system, although in all probability it could be a fairly short time. Apparently, it's the presence of the stars in our galaxy were the cause of the unusual, elongated shape of the orbits of some of our planets that are in the Kuiper Belt beyond Neptune, which contains a huge number of blocks of ice. To affect the orbits of the planets could have some kind of rogue planet whose mass should be 16 times more than our Earth. In the previous videos before this one I posted a few hours ago, NASA and other agencies have stated that they have found rogue planets, even brown dwarf stars, that are outside of our solar system. So they have been finding exoplanets and rogue planets, even one of them that are 10 to 15 times the size of our Earth. Previously, it was thought that the gravitational pull from the orbits of these trans-Neptunian objects could be due to the existence of Planet 9 or Planet X, Nibiru as we call it. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. This explained the location of other planets and celestial bodies. In addition, the researchers identified 5 factors proving the existence of the 9th planet and that could be accounted for, or 10th planet X or whatever. Now thus it's usual to all mankind the concept of the existence of one single star in the solar system undergoing change. Although scientists assume that the boundary of the Oort cloud, there is another star to watch that every 32 million years, of course, comes around. Of course, given such a considerable period of time, it's not surprising that they're still tracking it and no one has found it because of the 32 million year orbit. So by the way, our solar system is unique compared to others because they are basically, most of them are binary systems, 2-star systems, and we have only one with which a wealth of planets have their own orbit. As a potential second star, scientists periodically assume a brown or a red dwarf nemesis. Although 30 years ago, scientists periodically assumed a brown or a red dwarf nemesis. Although 30 years ago they were more confident that the screen flows, the mass extinctions that have befallen our planet, and other global events were to blame because of the passing of this nemesis. That is, as already mentioned, once in 32 million years. But even then, find it almost impossible, as the Northern Hemisphere has more than 3,000 potential candidates. The nemesis scientists have also attributed the extinction of the dinosaurs, which could happen because of an asteroid or comet impact. It was disturbed by nemesis in the Oort cloud, they said. In 1984, astronomer Richard Muller first suggested that the companion star to our star, that is, provides the rotation around the sun in which such a huge time period assembled a team of colleagues to search for this mysterious nemesis, as they call it. They studied the stars belonging to the correct spectral type. It has been studied they studied more than 3,000 fields of data, and that is almost all red dwarfs of the Northern Hemisphere. Thus, the number of potential candidates was greatly reduced, even with a limited number of days when it's easy to observe these stars. Theoretically, the 2 stars of a system can not be limited to known even with 6 stars, but astronomers did some calculations And they concluded that the solar system will appear again in the second star when it will happen approximately 1.3 years from now, 1.3 million years from now. A potential candidate for the title of the second star in our solar system is assigned to the star Gliese 710, which through the above-mentioned period will be removed from our lights in the 16,000 astronomical units. Besides, at this point, scientists predict asteroid comet collapses, which will start at the time of joining orange dwarf, which is Gliese 710, in the gravitational area of our solar system. The orbits of the planets will change as in our galaxy and the Oort cloud. A close collision of stars in principle, the event is inevitable as the solar system moves into the constellation, as well as other stars who have their own way. Fortunately, given the cosmic ways of measuring the close collision, scientists call the situation that occurs when a distance between the objects is many trillions of kilometers, although the cause of the cloud of comets potentially more than 300,000 stars. That's a lot of 300,000 comets. It should be noted that frequent mention of the fact that the stars go out, quote unquote, and he says here, I especially love to use them in various prophecies, but this does not mean that the stars literally will cease to glow, because such a huge cosmic body with a giant mass accumulate an incredible amount of energy that's used in fusion process and emitted over millions of years. This radiation occurs not only when the heavenly body lives, but for a long time after its extinction, but then it ceases to exist and disappears into nowhere. It's either transformed into a white dwarf or is reborn in a supernova explosion. The more absurd seems the statement that all the stars can go out at the same time. Another thing is that the inhabitants of the earth, immersed in the cares and problems just once at least from time to time, you should raise your head and admire the beautiful, brilliant lights in our sky. This by magic stop you are on Bennett reality. Let's take a look at Gliese 710. Here we are on Wikipedia concerning Gliese 710. That's supposed to be near us 1.3 million years from now. It's a 0.xm star, solar mass, m, standard unit of mass in astronomy, equal to 2 times 10 to the 30th kilogram, used to indicate the mass of other stars, as well as stellar clusters, nebulae, galaxies, black holes. In the constellation Serpens of the Northern Hemisphere, one of the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy of Rome, of course. It remains one of the 88 modern constellations, 88 defined by the International Astronomical Union. And it's projected to pass near the Sun in a time frame well within the parameters of current models, which cover the next 15 million years. The predicted minimum distance will occur in about 1.281 million years, so they rounded it to 1.3 million years, suggesting a distance slightly closer than previous estimates, the distance of about 200 billion kilometers, about 20 times smaller than the current distance to Proxima Centauri. So this is the closest one to us. Such a distance would make for a similar brightness to the brightest planets reaching the apparent visual magnitude. And the star's proper motion will peak around 1 arc minute per year. At the rate of apparent motion, that would be noticeable over a human lifespan. So the mass, as we said, is 0.6 mass. Description: Gliese is 63.8 light years away from Earth. Constellation Serpens, as we said. It has a below naked eye visual magnitude stellar classification, meaning that it's a small main sequence star, mostly generating energy through the thermonuclear fusion of hydrogen, like our sun does. And stellar mass is about 60% of the sun's mass, with an estimated 67% of our sun's radius. So it's about, 2/3 the size of our sun and the radius of our sun. It is suspected to be a variable star. What does that mean? a star whose brightness as seen from the Earth fluctuates. That may vary in magnitude. No planets have been detected orbiting it up to now, I guess. So that's supposedly our closest sun coming at us at 1.281 million years. And Gaia suggesting, that satellite, suggesting a distance slightly closer than previously estimated. And this is our, of course, our Oort cloud and Kuiper belt objects. Pluto's orbit here. Orbit of binary Kuiper belt object 1998. Oort cloud comprising many billions of comets. And let's go see here. Table of parameters or predictions of Gliese 210 encounter with the sun. 1999, they said it was 1.36 million years from now. Then in 2010, they upped that to 1.45 million years. Then in 2012, they put the parameters down to 1.28. And again, the same year, May of 2018, they get 1.281. And December of 2020, 1.29. So it's about 1.3 million years from our Earth, according to scientists concerning Gliese 710. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.